Chief Excellence Officer at Inspire Journey Consulting, and I am joined once again by the phenomenal Eric Hrubant, President of CIRE Travel. Hi there, Eric.
Hey, Jackie, I'm happy to be here. Thank you for the kind words.
Of course, I only speak the truth.
Good, good. I like flattery.
As my husband knows, I'm unfortunately incapable of lying. So that's a win for
That's a
this.
very lovely quality. Perfect.
So I wanted to chat a little bit today about what sets CIRE apart. There's something so special about what you do in the travel industry as an agency, and I feel it and I see it and I know it, but I want to hear how you describe it.
Sure. So the one thing I can talk about at length is CIRE Travel and my company and what sets us apart. CIRE Travel, as I said so many times, is really my baby. And I started CIRE Travel when I was 35, after already working in the travel industry for 15 years prior to that. And for the most part, I always worked for wonderful people. I had one or two people who I didn't care for so much. But I really I think it's really important in life to know what you don't want. Everyone, if you ask someone what they want or what they don't want, they can talk more about what they don't want. So knowing what you don't want is a great launching point for what you do want. So I knew what kind of boss and leader I'd want to be. I knew the clients I'd want to work with and not want to work with. I know the team I'd like to have working with me, not for me, but with me. And that took trial and error and, cultivating a team that shares your values and more than anything shares the energy and the goals of the company. It doesn't come easy, but by the grace of God, I feel like I've really developed that. And just that makes us special. If someone says to me, why should I book with CIRE Travel or why should I use CIRE Travel? It's because of my team. I want it to be almost where when someone calls us or emails us, they're calling Eric, they're calling Robin, they're calling Amy. Yes, CIRE is the company, but it's the people they're calling. And I know it sounds corny, it's the people that make it special, but it really is. If you have people who care about clients, even during this time when so many of our corporate clients aren't traveling, they're still calling to talk to us. And I think that, and they miss us. They miss us, not just the service we provide, but they miss us. So when the phone rings, just so a client can say, "How are you? I miss talking to you." I think that's the best compliment one could ever have.
100%. I mean, that says everything about it. And honestly, it's important to be building your personal brand. And so it sounds like the team that you've cultivated really does that and, really brings that authenticity to everything they do.
It's true. I'm very blessed. My team means everything to me. Getting up every morning and saying, "Oh wow, I have this great company I built, these great clients, and I'm helping to provide livelihood to others." Just that's the goal for me. So
throughout the year, you do so much. Your team does so much to take care of your clients. Can you give me an example of one of your favorite CIRE superhero moments?
So I have so excuse me. I have so many superhero moments, but really right now during this whole COVID-19 life we're going through, on the corporate side of things, we had one big account of ours that's U.S. based, but they had over 45 people living on extended contracts in Abu Dhabi, and it was literally a Thursday afternoon at 4 o'clock. We got a phone call saying, they're closing down the UAE is closing down the airports in 48 hours. We have to get everybody home. So it was literally one email saying all hands on deck. And we divided up the 45 people. And in a matter of 2 hours, we got everybody flights home. And they had our cell phone numbers and everything else. So we knew when they actually got home to their families. So orchestrating that was really, it was hectic, but we made it work. And from a wellness perspective, planning, Esther and Katie, who work at CIRE, are quite possibly the best honeymoon and vacation planners in the business. And when they do a consultation, they're not really asking about the destination the clients want to go to. They're asking about the feeling that they want to achieve while they're on the trip. And if there's an hour consultation, probably 50 minutes is all about the feeling and the client. 10 of it is about the destination. So it's really great to talk to a client, get to know them, develop that trust right off the bat, and then being able to hand pick their activities and hotels and planning the entire journey. And so many of the time being able to see, it's not really upselling, but it's almost like, it would be great if after flying for 12 hours, you do an on arrivals massage, or there is this special wellness treatment that's only done at this spa, nowhere else in the world, or even working with a spa director at a hotel or a spa, and saying, we have some honeymoon couples coming, or we have someone celebrating a milestone anniversary, and having them curate something that's one of a kind. And that's really great when you present that wow factor to the clients and they feel that you care, and you did something special for them.
That's such a beautiful thing. I love that question of how do you want to feel? How do you want this experience to make you feel? That is beautiful.
That's a skill. It took years for me to figure that out. That
Yeah.
talking to someone about where they want to go doesn't make a great consultation.
Mm-mm.
And really kind of knowing how to do the consultation, and I always say becoming Oprah or Barbara Walters and asking all of those questions. That's how you develop a fantastic trip. And Esther and Katie are 5-star, A+ rock star agents when it comes to that.
They're absolute superstars. Well, speaking of how you're feeling,
Yes.
can you tell me where in the world, destination or what have you, brings you joy and fills your cup?
So this is a question I love and hate because I don't have one place. Maybe I do, but wherever you go, you can make it special, whether it's Chicago or Timbuktu, and incorporate whatever you want into that. However, if I ever take a yoga class and they say, visualize somewhere you'd like to be, I always visualize India, where I got to go on an amazing trip many years ago, which I'd love to go back. And also, I love visiting the state of Maine. I grew up in Queens, New York, then I moved to New Jersey, and I discovered just driving up to Maine once a week. And even though I'm only 300 miles from home, visiting Maine just brought me life. There's a bridge where you drive into Maine. Once you cross that bridge, the energy changes and everything's okay. You could be crying in New Hampshire, but by the time you hit the Maine state line, everything's coming up roses. And it still, to this day, does that for me. So I'm blessed enough to have a home here as well, which is where I am now. So being in Maine, I can't put it into words, but there's an energy and feeling here that makes me happy. Maybe it's the ocean, maybe it's the solitude, maybe it's the people, maybe it's everything. But right now, I'm a walking advertisement for the Maine Tourism Board.
I love that. I could honestly say the same thing about Boston, where I live. It is my home, my city of freedom. The energy here means everything. So wherever I travel in the world, I find joy. But when I come home, there's something so special about it that I can barely put my finger on. But it's here too. So I get that.
Yeah.
Well, Rick, thank you. I am so grateful for you and for your time, and for everything that you and your team do at CIRE. So for corporate travel, for leisure, for wellness, CIRE is a phenomenal choice of agency.
Thank you, Jackie. I love you personally and professionally, and you do really great work educating the public about what great work travel advisors do, and how to incorporate wellness to make life better all around. So cheers to you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
My
All right, this is
pleasure.
Jackie Roby with Inspire Journey Consulting. Have a beautiful day.